All around the world of social media, especially by the so-called right and traditional conservatives, Russia is believed to be some kind of a conservative haven. Russians presumably hold strong family values, reject the degeneracy of the modern West, and Putin himself is seen as a strong masculine-based leader. As someone who lived in Russia for more than 30 years and studied for a living, these exaggerated ideas amuse me and disappoint at the same time, because more often than not, they are expressed by the people whose values I generally share. Let's start with Putin. No one knows what he really thinks or believes, because we have no access to his private life and into his head. However, we know that he divorced his wife Lyudmila in 2013, and since then we only have rumors about his presumable partners, which I don't want to discuss at all. It is known that he has 2 daughters and already has grandchildren. However, he never appeared with any of them publicly, and he has always openly claimed that he protects them from the public eye. In some countries, a leader would never be elected hiding his family from the public. As for Putin's alleged Christian faith, I discussed it on this channel before. I doubt his claims that he kept his faith from his youth, because as a KGB officer, he repeatedly went through quite thorough clearance and background check, and any affiliation with religion would be unthinkable for a high-ranked personnel of the Soviet secret police. Maybe he genuinely converted in the 1990s when it was quite trendy. Maybe he claims his faith for the populist reasons, but again, we will never know. Let's discuss the conservatism of Russia. First, many Western conservatives praise the rejection of the LGBTQ narrative in Russia. It is true that most Russians can tell a man from a woman and believe in clearly defined gender roles. On the other hand, their conservatism go over the top, and simply being gay in Russia is seriously dangerous. Even if one doesn't participate in the LGBTQ movement, don't go to pride parades, don't wear symbols and colors, and only engages in a consensual sex with adult partners behind closed doors, he still receives regular death threats, gets seriously beaten, or even kidnapped and killed, especially in most fundamentalist regions like Chechen Republic. But what about the majority, the everyday lives of common Russians? Let's quote some statistics. Abortion. In Russia, there are about 500,000 abortions per year. The number significantly decreased since the 1990s, but Russia is still the world leader in abortions per capita. How conservative and traditional is that? Divorce. Russia is no longer the world leader as she used to be, but still in the top 5 or even top 3 countries in the whole world, somewhere after Maldives and Kazakhstan and way above China and the US. Again, I'm not the one to judge the people who terminate their marriages, but is it very conservative or traditional? Orphans. There are around 400,000 orphans in Russia as of 2021, though most of them live in foster families. However, 40,000 orphans still live in orphanages. 60,000 children are homeless. Maybe the numbers do not seem so big compared to more than 140 million population, but how traditional and conservative is the country with 60,000 children living on the street? The icing on the cake is alcoholism, first mentioned in more than 1,000-year-old chronicles, drug epidemic, which I discussed in one of the last videos, and an undeclared HIV epidemic. Not very conservative and traditional to my taste either. I would never say that Russians are specifically bad people. After all, me and my whole family are Russians. However, there have been many generations of negative selection. For at least the last 2 centuries, Every group or individual who stood up from the crowd with any kind of talent, success, free thinking, or just difference from the grey masses that the regimes tried hard to create were either incarcerated, executed, exiled, or forced to emigrate. The masses who stay share an enduring sense of fear, instability, disbelief, and hopelessness. And I am recording this video as an expat in Finland. Please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I see you all next time.